Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being present at today's OHL Championship Series media availability Zoom conference. On the call today, we have the Eastern Conference champion, Bobby Orr Trophy recipient Peterborough Petes, represented by head coach Rob Wilson, along with forward and assistant captain Tucker Robertson, as well as the Western Conference champion, Wayne Gretzky Trophy recipient London Knights, represented by head coach Dale Hunter, along with co-captains George Diaco and Sean McGurn. We'll open it up to questions in just a moment. For those of you who haven't participated in one of these before, I would just ask that you use the raise hand function along the bottom interface of Zoom here to put yourself into the queue. And I guess I'll begin with the home team for game one. As mentioned, the Western Conference champion London Knights coming off a 6-game series victory over the rival Sarnia Sting. Prior to that, eliminating the Owen Sound Attack and the Kitchener Rangers in the OHL playoffs, and now playing for their 5th Robertson Cup title. Coach Dale Hunter, I guess I'll start with you. The series against Sarnia, maybe just break down, how proud you are of the way your guys played in that series, and what did you guys need to do to get by that Sarnia team and be successful?
They're a very good team, very skilled team, and big team, and with a good goalie. And we had to come over adversity a bit with our goalie getting hurt, and we had to play a structured game against them, and timely scoring and good special teams.
George, maybe I'll go to you. Just maybe a word about a few teammates, not guys on your line, but I think we really saw in that series the emergence of the line of Ryan Winterton with the Twins, Denver Barkey and Easton Cowan. Maybe just talk about their play and what makes them so effective.
Yeah, for sure. They're two younger guys, but it's like they've been in the league for a while here. They're so responsible with the puck, and they're so mature with the way they play. And Winterton, I'm known for a while here, and he just gets better every game. He's a really good player there, and they fit well together.
Sean, turning to you, just another word on a big storyline in the last round. Obviously, Brett Brochu going down with an injury, but Zach Bowen filling in admirably and playing very well in the last couple games there. Maybe a word about him and just to be able to see him playing with confidence the way he is.
Yeah, I mean, it was tough for us to see Bowen go down. He's behind points of all of us, but I think Bowen did a pretty good job. It's a hard new stat. He did a great job, and it really
Go over to the Eastern Conference champions now, and head coach Rob Wilson. Coach, last night after the game, you alluded to some of the character additions you guys had made during the course of the season, and quite frankly, a season where you've admitted you had some ups and downs, some battles with consistency, but you seemed to hold the line that you always believed in the group and figured they'd find a way to come together. Did we see some of that character on display, particularly being down in the third period of Game 6 and coming all the way back?
Yeah, I think, we felt we had some challenges earlier for sure. And we've talked about that as a group, and we could see it coming together, and we felt this was put together for playoffs. And I think the group really has come together, and they're playing well for each other. They're playing hard for each other. And I think, Game 6, we were playing very well in Game 6. And, we felt that we were confident that we could, come back in that game, and we did, and it spurred us on for Game 7. So the group's doing well, obviously, but there's a very tough challenge ahead.
Tucker, you're kind of stepping into today's call in the absence of Captain Sean Spearing, who well documented last night, blocking shots and having to take one up high. Maybe talk a little bit about Sean and what his influence means to the rest of the team. Just a great example last night of what it means to be a captain.
Yeah, I know he always likes to say that leaders lead, and he kind of showed it for us last night. There was a scary block for him, and there was one right before that shift before. He took a Nelson one time and right to the gut, and everyone thought he was hurt there. Comes right back out of the next shift, blocks another shot, and he's just a warrior for us. So we all want to do it for him, and hopefully he comes back soon.
Thanks, guys. At this time, I'll open up the questions. Just give it another minute here. If you'd like to ask a question, raise your hand there, and I'll open up the lines. Just give it a sec here. We'll start with Brad Cocciamiglio from Village Media. Brad, you're live.
Maybe I'll start on the London side with George. George, obviously you've been through this before with Hamilton. You got a couple teammates and then a couple guys on the other side, but maybe take us through what what you do, like what you can tell your teammates about in terms of how to, kind of how to get through this. What what kind of tips do you give your teammates to get through to get through a position like this?
Yeah, for sure. I just think all the guys been following older guys' steps with just experience and stuff. Like you said, I've been through it, and it's really hard. I stress every game day that it takes a lot from every single player. It's a full 60 minutes, and we keep on playing the way we've been playing it. So hopefully everything will turn out good.
And maybe just to follow up on the other side for Tucker, maybe just take us through. Obviously, you guys are on a bit of a roll here now, and coming off that big win in Game 7 against North Bay. What what do you guys need to do to be successful against London?
I think we got to ride some of the momentum we've already had. I think coming back Game 6 and 7, everyone was kind of counting us out and didn't think we could do it, and we just kind of came together, came like the brotherhood we are. So kind of do that and take it into the series against London.
Thanks, Brad. We'll move now to Ryan Payette with the London Free Press. Ryan, you're live.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Josh. I'll just start with Rob. Rob, you just had an emotional Game 7. You had a few guys hurt. You're not getting much time to regroup before you get on the bus again. How ready is this team, to start Thursday?
Oh, we'll be ready. It's that's what playoffs is about. And you're going to get knocks here or there. And we've been pretty fortunate. So we feel we still had a pretty strong group here. And we'll be leaving to go to London on Wednesday, and it'll be business as usual. So you know what, you're going to get your ups and downs, and you're going to have your guys that take knocks here or there, but overall this is a final, so both teams will be ready. Okay,
and over to Dale. Dale, Peterborough Memorial Center famously has those squarish corners. You got a young goalie in Zach Bowen coming in there. What do you remember about playing there over the years? And what would you kind of advice would you give to some of your D and Zach about playing there?
Well, you gotta be aware of the bounds. Just like Owen Sound, their boards they're quicker than our boards. They come out a lot quicker. So you just gotta be aware. Every building's a little bit different, and so you just gotta be aware of it. Going back in, that's going to come out a different angle. No difference than Owen Sound or Sarnia's boards. Every board's different. Even our boards are different than everybody else's boards. So you just have to be aware of it.
Thanks, Ryan. We'll now move to Amanda Zerkowski from Eastlink TV. And Amanda, you're live.
Hi, guys. First question is going to be for Coach Rob. We talked prior to the last round of the playoffs, and one of the things that you said that really resonated with me, and I think with a lot of people around the hockey world, is that come playoffs, when that puck dropped, your team had bought in 100%. Now you see your guys continuing to dig deeper and deeper, obviously being in an elimination position in Game 6, forcing Game 7, and then winning Game 7. How do you feel like your club can continue to dig deeper? Because I'm sure there's going to be moments in this OHL finals that your club is going to be called upon to really dig to a place that they may not have had to so far this season.
Well, you know what? I think it'll just continue on. I mean, we, like I just said there earlier, we're in a final, and it takes a lot to get here. And when you get here, you can't let the moment pass. So I feel that the boys will be ready, and they will, like I said earlier, I felt that they had bought into everything we were doing, and as a coaching staff, and the togetherness came together, and we were we were showing everybody that that this team was built for playoffs, and it has been a good run, but it's not over.
Now, to Dale, for you, with having to go with Bowen with Brochu going down to an injury, What do you feel like Zach was doing right as far as, leading up into having those opportunities? Because there's no question this was Brett Brochu's playoffs, but what did you like from Zach, knowing that you could look to him and get your club some wins?
Well, during the year, he had a real good record. He came in and when Roche wasn't playing and he came in and I don't know what his record was really good. And he has confidence from that. And that's what you have your backup goalie do. He's young, so he don't play as much all year, but when he did come in, he was really good.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Amanda. We will now go to a question from Mike Davies at the Peterborough Examiner. And Adam, I believe you're in the room there with Rob and Tucker. You can go ahead and ask that.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Josh. So this question is for both coaches. The question from Mike is to talk about what challenges the other team poses for them in this upcoming round. Rob, if you want to take that one first.
Well, I just think, they all touched on their special teams. They've been excellent for them all year. I think that's something that is going to be a factor. They have a lot of ability. They brought in players that won championships. Very, very difficult team to play. They got experience coaching, and it's going to be really, really tough. But like I said, we're here and we're up for the challenge.
Well, both teams. That's why both teams are here. They got really good players, and they got playing very well. The strategies of playing for coaches. Both coaches got their strategies, and the boys follow. That's why we are where we are. It's both players are really good, and that what to me is going to make it a great series.
And I have just one more question for Dale, Josh, if that's possible.
Yep, go nuts.
So Dale, could you talk about why this team maybe has gone further than some recent teams of yours that have maybe had more points or maybe some more star power?
Well, we're Rob was talking about his team. They're playing together, and when you play together as a team, they enjoy each other, they have fun with each other, and you can tell on the ice that they want to win for each other. So that's what successful teams make.
Rob, Dale, thank you very much.
Thanks, Adam. We'll go back to Ryan Payette, who has an additional question. Ryan, you can go ahead.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Josh. George Diaco, just tell me about a little bit about Avery and Gavin, and what they meant to your team last year, and the challenge in playing against them, what they bring to Peterborough.
Yeah, for sure. There were two key guys in our team last year. That's why we went so far, and they're two really great hockey players. That's why Peterborough got them on the deadline. They're two of the best OAs in this league, and we just have to watch them very carefully. But yeah, they have experience, and they're really good guys, and they're good players. But once you're on the ice, we have to put the friendship aside. Yeah, and Tucker, over to you. You just played a great Seattle prospect in Ty Nelson. What's Ryan Winterton bring? Are you looking forward to going up against him?
Yeah, it'll be fun. I enjoy competing against guys like that. He's a really strong player. He plays the game hard and plays the game right. He's a two-way player, put the puck in the net, and does a lot of things really well for their team. So I'm looking forward to playing against him.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan. I just have one additional question that's come in from Brandon Caputo, who covers the league, and he was at a lot of the Peterborough North Bay games. And it's just a question for Coach Wilson. And he's really just kind of asking, after Game 5 in North Bay, when you guys let in 6 goals, probably your worst showing of the series overall. He just noted your confidence never really wavered, and wanted to know if you feel like you maintaining confidence rubbed off on the guys in this case, and that led to this emergence, or do you feel like your team is a team that doesn't need any of that extra help, and they're mature enough on their own to be able to dig deep?
Well, you know what, the confidence was there because we just didn't play well, and that's not taking anything away from North Bay. North Bay played very well, and we had a very good night the night before in Game 4. Played extremely well and should have won, and we didn't. And I think we took that into Game 5 and it didn't come to play. And we didn't have a good night. They played very well, and we just said we regroup and go play the right way, and they did. So you can be confident when your team is playing well, and you have to be confident because you know, you have to show them that you believe in them, and as a coaching staff, we believe in the group.
Thanks, Coach. Two of the OHL's storied franchises, the London Knights and the Peterborough Petes, meet in the OHL Championship Series with Game 1 starting on Thursday night in London.